What an exciting end to the day. I mean, India on 35 for 3. South Africa bowling beautifully towards the end. We got our lead that we wanted. Morkel spoke about it yesterday in his press conference, about 250. We've got 252.
Yeah.
And
now they need 7 wickets. That was a
Yeah.
lead of 252 when they were 10 wickets.
Exactly.
That little buffer, I thought the 280, once they got to around there, I felt very comfortable.
Yeah.
Tough day of batting for the South Africans.
Slow start for Faf.
Yeah, AB got a good ball. I thought Dean probably threw his wicket away. Probably didn't need to play
Yeah,
that
he
shot.
didn't need to.
That second session was probably the most boring bit of cricket I've ever seen in my life. It just crawled along.
Yeah.
But there was method to that. I don't want to say madness. Madness would have been great.
Yeah.
There was method to the boredom, in the sense that it just kind of kept things going. There was plenty of time, and Faf fell just short of his 50. But that wicket of Virat Kohli, Lungi Ngidi
Yo,
getting him,
unbelievable.
that completely turned. If Virat
Yes.
Kohli was still there heading into tomorrow,
It would have been an even
a completely different game. But now with
completely
Kohli
different
done, this could be done in a session.
Yeah, and Lungi Ngidi really got the crowd going with that wicket, eh? And he's spoken about one of his dream wickets would be Virat Kohli. He's spoken about that before, and unbelievable that he took the wicket.
And it was a great ball. It was quick,
Great.
jagged off the seam, completely beat him for pace.
But I was saying it prior to this test match. I was telling my friend, actually, I was telling him, just watch. Lungi Ngidi has Virat Kohli's wicket, and he showed it today.
Well, you're prophetic, aren't you?
Vessel Berger wants to know, what did you guys make of Lungi Ngidi? I know it wasn't the most helpful pitch, but how do you think he went on debut? I think it was a perfect test and perfect debut for Lungi Ngidi. There's still another day to go for him to show off his skills. But the thing that topped it all off so far for his debut is the wicket of Virat Kohli. And that really showed his aggression. I like that towards the end when he was bowling. He came in bowling and he took the ball and he just threw it back at the batsman.
Yeah.
I thought that was great to see that aggression from a young man.
Quick through the air, tall, steep pink bounce. Doesn't really move it off the seam, although that one that we said he got Kohli with, definitely jagged back. This guy's got the makings of a superstar. And you know what? When he spoke in the press conference, when was it, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
This was a guy, what is he, 21, 22, 21? So composed, just humble, so comfortable in his own skin. This guy is going to be a phenomenal bowler for South Africa. We're going to be our grandkids are going to ask us about what was it like watching Kagiso Rabada and Lungi Ngidi bowl together.
Yeah, and I mentioned it in my column as well that I wrote on cricketmag.com, and I said I spoke about Lungi Ngidi, and I had an interview with him, and he said he looks up to Kagiso Rabada, but he wants to follow in the footsteps of Kagiso Rabada, but as Lungi Ngidi. And that's the passion. When I heard him say that was the attitude I was looking for, and I was like, wow, what a player that's going to be.
Etienne de Beer wants to ask us, have you ever seen a more bizarre innings than de Kock's in the second innings? Has he forgotten where his off stump is? No, I haven't seen a more bizarre innings. A, because it lasted 4 balls and accounted for 12 runs. And because every single ball he faced, he edged. He edged his first one between keeper and slip. He edged the next one through the slips. There was another one that was edged for 4. And then he nicked off for the wicket. So, Quinton, look, does he know where his off stump is? I don't think that's the problem. On a pitch like this that isn't as quick, you need foot movement.
Yeah.
Quinton de Kock has never been a guy, kind of like Virender Sehwag in a way. He's never been a guy who moves his feet around a lot. He just relies on those lightning fast hands. So, is there a concern for Quinton de Kock? I don't think so. When they go to the Wanderers and it's going to be a bit quicker, he can throw his hands. Watch Quinton make 100 at the Wanderers. He is one of the most talented batsmen we've ever produced.
Yes, exactly.
Are you worried about Quinton?
I'm not worried at all about Quinton. I mean, I know that he hasn't been in the top of his best form, and I think his confidence is a little bit low. He went through a long stage where people really relied on him as the main guy to protect us.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's
against Australia, he bailed us out. Against New Zealand, he bailed us out.
And I think he's playing. He's not as cautious as he normally is. I think what's happening at the moment is that he knows he needs to score runs. The pressure's on him, and he's just trying to score quickly. He's trying to find his groove.
All good batsmen struggle. I think that's just the feet thing. He's got a week before the Wanderers after this test. He'll be able to work on that. I mean, people on Twitter were asking me, should we be talking about Rudy Secker and Heine Klaassen?
No ways.
Quinton de Kock is a phenomenal batsman.
Yeah.
Leave the soak alone. He'll sort it out.
Robert Freeman asks, considering de Kock's recent batting frailties, should SA play an all-rounder in place of Ngidi at the Wanderers? Is this guy insane? Has he seen how Ngidi has bowled in this test? I mean, it's unbelievable that he even could think that someone could replace him.
Okay, but so we're going to agree. And Rob, I know you are insane for asking this question, but we're going to treat it like it's a real question because it is.
Okay.
Is there worth bringing in an all-rounder? I think we're going to win this game. So quite honestly, I think this for me is the team that plays the wonders. But is there any argument for an all-rounder? If not Ngidi, then maybe Morkel or Philander Bats. But
I don't think there's any.
This is the team.
I
This
think
is the
it's
team, Rob.
because I mean, the reason is we need to get a 3-0 in the series to get up to scratch with
India. Yeah.
We need to get 118 points and get even with India at the top of the rankings. We have to bowl them out. That's
Rob,
the only way we're going to win.
Rob, we value the question, but just
No, it's a good question, Rob. Like, I like that you tested us. I was just,
TUSL wants to know, do you feel the BCCI had some input into what type of pitch was rolled in Centurion? Look, TUSL, I suggest you take off that tinfoil hat. There's no such thing happening. There's no conspiracy theory. I just think it's a simple case of the groundsman being inexperienced, failed to water the pitch enough, and the heat just killed all the living grass. If we start believing that the BCCI are controlling anything, we're going to have to look under our mattress before we go to bed at night.
Yeah, that's a very tight rope to walk on.
Yeah.
I think it was mainly because of the heat. I mean, it was 30.
We're going to be looking over our shoulders.
Yeah.
It's we don't want to go down that slope.
I mean, it was
TUSL.
high. It was mid-30s the entire 4 days. So I mean, it's only that can be the only reason why the pitch was drying out. And I mean,
Unless, but no, we're not going to entertain it.